Hi, this is going to be the part 1 to a series I'm going to start, and I'm going to be making over the next while. That will be a full guide to speed solving megaminx. So I am ranked, I think, currently 86th in the world or something officially for average, although I'm far faster than my officials. I just want to make this because the resources document for megaminx is a bit like all over the place, and there's not really a strict like series or rules that you are told to follow to improve at megaminx, and so I figured this could be useful. I'm also going to be getting input from other fast megaminxers while making this series. I've talked to Aidan Granger, European champion, and he said I could run things by him to make sure I'm not getting anything wrong while doing these, so yeah, that's good. So the first video is going to be about your method while making the second two layers, because obviously to solve it fast, the megaminx fast, you need to have a method. And so I'm going to be covering the three methods that are considered to be the best methods: Eastland, Westland, and pt.1, and then telling you what I would recommend you to choose. I would recommend you to choose Westland, although there is like reasons behind that, which I will explain. Something I want to add just before the rest of the video: this is intended for people who already know how to solve a megaminx and just want to get faster. So if you don't know how to solve a megaminx, I'm sure you could find one just from like some tutorial on YouTube, and then this will help you get good. And another thing I want to say is no matter which method you use that I show here, you should always have an S2L order. This means always starting on the same color and rotating the same way around the cube, whether it be right or left. So those are just things I want to preface. So first of all, I want to talk about the Westland method. So that is building a star color after you finished F2L. So let's say yellow, you would build the pairs around that, and then rotate either right or left around the cube. But then there are two subsets of that. There's the Westland version of it and the Eastland version of it. They were named because in the Westland version, you rotate left around the cube, and in the Eastland version, you rotate right around the cube. Just for simplicity, I'm going to be calling these West and East, and I'll call the entire method Westland. So I'll be covering East first. And so in this, by the way, I would recommend to start with your yellow star color, just because although all star colors are equal, most of the resources will be on yellow because most people start there. So it would just be the most useful for example solves and that type of stuff. So let's say I start building my star here. I'm not good at Eastland because I don't use it, so ignore if my solutions are a bit bad. But you just start doing your yellow. And then once you're finished your yellow, for instance, you just move to the right on the cube and you start building this block here. So I could do something like inserting that and inserting that. East is worse than West because you have either lots of pieces on the back, which causes worse look ahead than Westland, because on Westland lots of time you'll have pieces on the front or on the left, or you'll be doing lots of lefty inserts, which is worse than West because it's worse ergonomics, because for megaminx you hold it like this with an anchor hand, and so if you're constantly switching between right and left as your anchor hand, that's not good. It's lots of regrips. It's essentially a rotation, which isn't the best. So then next I'm going to talk about West, which is better. So for West, you start the same by just building whatever. I start by building yellow. Sorry, bad look at bad solutions there, my bad. So yeah, you build yellow, and afterwards you move this way around the cube. And this is what's used by most top solvers. You can still be very fast with East. There are people who are sub 30 with East, but it's still better to do West, like theoretically, and I would recommend doing West, especially if you're not very fast yet. So you just start going left around the cube. And something to note is that although I said left, like turning the left faces are bad, that's only bad if you're doing a regrip to them, like if you're doing like full-on lefty solutions. But there are things called swag L moves, which are just regripless L moves like this with your index finger. Those are good to do because they just help with your solutions. So like here for this pair, you could do that and then insert without regripping. So this is another one of the reasons that makes West better. So I'd recommend West because of that. The final method I'm going to be covering is pt.1, which is theoretically every bit as good as Westland, or almost as good, but there are just far less resources and example solves for it. So it's the same, you start on a star color. So I'll just show you starting on yellow here. And then you just continue whichever way. And then you do your next star color as normal as well. Oh my god, I can't recognize that was an accident, my bad. But then instead of going on to your third one, you rotate and you do your last layer as your next color. So then you solve like this, right? And then you just continue solving this block. And then you have this as your last two faces. So there are far less resources for this. And also it means that you will get last layer on a different color. For example, here, pink instead of black, which some people may not like, but still, in theory, it's a good method. So there are, again, lots and lots of examples with West, but not as many with East or with Yudahyun, especially at the top level. So I'd recommend West. I'll leave a link to the example solve playlist in the description of this video. I hope this helps. Yeah. Something else I've just remembered that I wanted to say before finishing the video is that you should join the megaminx Discord server as well, because there are lots of people there who would be happy to help you and they could critique your solves. It would be very useful. I'll leave the link to that in the description as well. Thanks for watching.